Everybody loves to talk about dreams. Chase your dreams, follow your dreams, live your dream life. It's plastered all over social media, coffee mugs, and motivational posters. But let me tell you something that most people never say out loud. Dreams aren't magical. They're not reserved for the lucky or the chosen. They don't arrive wrapped in a bow, waiting for you when the time is right. The truth? Dreams are built, they are earned, and the process is often ugly, uncomfortable, and unglamorous. That's the part nobody talks about. Dreams are not about inspiration. They are about execution. And most people never reach theirs, not because they don't have a dream, but because they don't understand what it actually takes to bring one to life. We grow up with this fantasy that a dream is some perfect moment that lands in our lap. We believe that if something is meant to happen, it'll feel easy, like we'll just know. But that's not real life. In real life, dreams are inconvenient. They show up in your gut and whisper to you in quiet moments. And the first thing they do is scare the hell out of you. That's the signal. If your dream doesn't intimidate you, it's not big enough. But here's the kicker. Most people don't follow their dream because of that fear. They think the fear is a sign to stop. I'm telling you right now, fear is not the enemy. It's your compass. It's telling you that you're standing at the edge of something important, something that matters, something that will grow you. You've been told to dream big. But what they don't say is that dreaming big also means failing hard. It means messing up in front of people. It means taking risks with no guarantee of success. That's why so many people settle, not because they don't have dreams, but because they don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I get it. We are wired to avoid pain. We want safety, predictability, and approval. But dreams live outside of those lines. They live in the unknown. And stepping into the unknown, that's terrifying. But that's also where everything changes. Now let's talk about something else no one mentions. Dreams don't come with a manual. There is no map. There is no magical 5-step formula. The truth is, you will feel lost most of the time. You'll question yourself daily. You'll compare yourself to others. And that voice in your head will scream, "Who do you think you are?" But guess what? You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to take the first step. You just need to take action breeds clarity. If you keep waiting for certainty, you'll be stuck in the same place 5 years from now, wishing you had started. You've got to stop romanticizing the dream and start respecting the work. You're not going to find your dream like it's a lost sock under the bed. You're going to fight for it. You're going to sweat for it. You're going to sacrifice sleep, weekends, parties, and maybe even relationships for it. And let me be honest, people won't get it. They'll say you've changed. They'll tell you to be realistic. They'll roll their eyes, and you know what? That's okay. It's not their dream. It's yours. Stop expecting people to cheer for something they can't even see. Stop needing validation from people who are afraid to chase their own dreams. You owe it to yourself to take your dreams seriously. You owe it to the 10-year-old version of you who had wild ideas and no filter. You owe it to the future you, the one who will either thank you or resent you for the decisions you're making right now. So if you're sitting on a dream and waiting for the perfect time, let me tell you, there is no perfect time. There is only now. The dream won't build itself. The life you want won't magically appear. You have to create it one hard, messy, beautiful step at a time. The truth about dreams that nobody tells you, they don't work unless you do. Let's get something straight. Your dream is not going to chase you. It's not coming to knock on your door and say, "Hey, I'm ready now." No. The dream isn't waiting on the world to give you permission. It's waiting on you to decide it's worth the fight. So decide, then act. Again, and again, and again. That's how dreams become real. There's a brutal truth about dreams that no one likes to admit. They are often born in isolation. You get this fire in your chest, this vision of a life that looks nothing like the one you're living now. And for a while, that vision is the only thing that keeps you going. You wake up thinking about it. You go to bed imagining it. But here's what hits hard and fast. Nobody else can see it. Nobody feels it the way you do. And because of that, most people won't understand why you're changing, why you're saying no to things you used to say yes to, why you're working late nights, missing events, and showing up differently. And that right there, that's where most people quit. Not because their dream isn't real, but because it gets lonely. Because it's hard to walk a path that others don't validate. Let me tell you something you need to hold on to. It is not your job to convince other people to believe in your dream. It's your job to protect it, to nurture it, to build it, even when it looks like nothing is happening. Most of the work behind a dream is invisible. It's the stuff people don't post on Instagram. It's the failure, the self-doubt, the hours you spend learning, preparing, practicing, rewriting, starting over. And because that work is invisible, people will assume you're not doing anything. They won't clap for you. They won't see your effort. That's okay. Do it anyway. Build anyway. Because your dream isn't about them. It's about you. There will be moments where it feels like you're not making progress. Like you're putting in all this effort and nothing is changing. You'll look around and wonder if it's even worth it. That's when you have to remember something critical. Progress is often silent. Growth doesn't always look like success. Sometimes it looks like failure. It looks like frustration. It looks like you falling down and getting back up again and again. And that's not a sign you're doing it wrong. That's the process. That's what building something real actually looks like. You are not behind. You're just in the part of the journey that nobody talks about, the middle. The messy, uncertain, exhausting middle where you start to question everything. But that middle is where the dream is shaped. Not in the beginning when it's all excitement, and not at the end when it's finally real, but right there in the uncomfortable in-between. That's where resilience is built. That's where confidence is formed. That's where you earn the right to live the life you've been dreaming about. And don't get it twisted. Your dream doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It doesn't have to be logical, or safe, or something you can explain with a PowerPoint presentation. If it speaks to you, if it pulls you, if it wakes you up at night and makes you uncomfortable in the best way possible, that's enough. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You just need to trust yourself enough to take the next step, and then the next. That's it. One action at a time. That's how dreams are built. Not in one grand leap, but in thousands of small, brave, relentless moves. And maybe right now you're doubting yourself. Maybe you're wondering if you're capable, if you're cut out for this, if you have what it takes. That's normal, that's human. But hear this loud and clear. If the dream lives in you, it's because you're meant to bring it to life. That dream didn't randomly land in your heart. It chose you. And now it's your responsibility to do something with it. Don't waste your time waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Do it scared. Do it unsure. Do it imperfectly. But do it, because here's the truth. Years from now, you're going to look back. And the question won't be, did I have a dream? The question will be, did I do something about it? Don't let that answer be no. You've got time, yes, but not forever. This moment, right now, matters. What you do today, how you show up today, it compounds, it builds, and eventually it becomes your life. So if you're going to bet on something, bet on the dream, bet on the fire in your belly, bet on yourself. Let's talk about something real. Your dream is not just a goal. It's a responsibility. It's a call to action, and most people ignore that call. They hear it, they feel it, but they let it slip by because answering it means stepping into the unknown. And the unknown, it's terrifying. But here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Your dream isn't supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to challenge every comfortable part of you. It's supposed to rattle your routine, shake up your beliefs, and push you past the limits you've quietly accepted for yourself. You think the dream is about some future destination, but it's not. It's about who you're becoming in the process of chasing it. The pursuit of a dream is uncomfortable by design. You'll lose people along the way, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because growth exposes stagnation. When you start choosing discipline over distractions, silence over noise, purpose over popularity, it unsettles people who are still stuck. Some people won't celebrate you. Some will resent you. Some will try to pull you back into their comfort zone. And if you're not ready for that, if you're not grounded in your why, you'll start shrinking just to fit back into spaces you've already outgrown. But here's what you need to understand. There's a cost either way. You can pay the price of discomfort, sacrifice, and courage to chase your dream. Or you can pay the price of regret, of staying stuck, of waking up years from now wondering what could have happened if you had just gone for it. Either way, it costs you something, but only one of those paths leads to growth. Only one of those paths honors that fire inside you. And it's never the easy one. You don't need more motivation. You need to make a decision. Motivation fades. Decision anchors you. Decide that your dream is non-negotiable, that it matters more than your fear, more than your excuses, more than your comfort. And once you decide, you start showing up differently. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop waiting for signs. You become the kind of person who takes action even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody's watching. That's where momentum lives. That's where confidence is built. You see, people think confidence is something you're born with, but it's not. Confidence comes from evidence, from proving to yourself that you can do hard things, from showing up when it's easier to quit. Every time you take a step forward, every time you follow through on a promise to yourself, you're stacking that evidence. And eventually your brain stops saying, I hope I can, and starts saying, I know I can. That's how you transform, not by reading about success or waiting to feel ready, but by doing the things that scared you yesterday. And let's be honest, there will be failure. That's guaranteed. But failure doesn't mean it's not working. Failure means you're trying. It means you're in the game. The only people who don't fail are the ones sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else live their lives. You're going to mess up. You're going to make bad decisions, but you're also going to learn. You're going to evolve. And those failures, they become your greatest teachers. They show you what you're made of. They prepare you for the success that's coming. Here's the part no one likes to talk about. Success is boring. It's not glamorous. It's repetition. It's getting up early when you don't want to. It's staying disciplined when there's no reward yet. It's doing the small, thankless tasks over and over again until they compound into something meaningful. The highlight reels you see on social media, that's the tip of the iceberg. Underneath is years of invisible work, and that's what you need to fall in love with. Not the applause, not the end result, but the process, the grind, the growth. So if you've got a dream, protect it, fight for it, show up for it. Every single day, even when it feels pointless, even when you're tired, even when the voice in your head tells you to quit, because one day it's going to make sense. One day you'll look around and realize you're living in the exact reality you once only imagined. And you'll know deep down that it wasn't luck, it wasn't magic, it was you. The decisions you made, the actions you took, the belief you chose. That's the truth about dreams. You don't get them, you become them. There's one more truth about dreams that rarely gets spoken, and it's this. The dream you have today won't look the same a year from now, and that's not a sign of failure, that's growth. See, most people think once you have a dream, it's supposed to stay fixed and perfect in your mind like some blueprint you never touch. But that's not how real dreams evolve. Once you start walking toward your dream, the road begins to change you. You meet new people. You face new challenges. You learn things about yourself you never knew. And as you grow, so does the vision. It refines itself. It sharpens. Sometimes it even transforms entirely. But the core remains the same. Something in you is pulling you toward a better, bolder version of your life. That's why taking the first step matters more than having the perfect plan. You can't plan for a dream you haven't lived through yet. You can't strategize every detail when you don't even fully understand who you'll be a year from now. You have to move forward without all the answers. That's the cost of growth. You exchange certainty for progress. You choose curiosity over control. Most people never do that because they're afraid of getting it wrong. They're terrified of wasting time. But let me ask you this. What's a bigger waste? Taking imperfect action and learning from it? Or doing nothing and staying stuck in the same place year after year? Action is always the turning point. You don't need more time to think. You don't need to map out your entire future. You just need to start. That first action is what begins to separate the dreamers from the doers. And you'll be surprised how quickly things start to shift once you stop hesitating. Life begins to respond to movement. People start showing up. Opportunities you never saw before begin to surface. And none of that happens if you're still sitting on the sidelines trying to get it all figured out before you begin. Here's another piece that nobody tells you. Dreams don't feel like dreams while you're building them. They feel like stress. They feel like sacrifice. They feel like you're constantly behind. But that doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're in the thick of it. You're doing the work that most people avoid. You're developing grit. And grit is what gets you through when the excitement is gone. because it will go. That early rush, that motivational high, it fades. And what's left? The habits, the commitment, the belief you've built through action. If you can push through that dip, you'll discover a part of yourself that you didn't know existed, a stronger, more focused version of you. And that version is the one who gets to live the dream, not the one who started, but the one who kept going. And when you do get close, when you start seeing the pieces come together, it won't be this dramatic movie moment. It'll be subtle. You'll realize you're no longer waking up dreading the day. You'll notice that you're proud of how you've shown up for yourself. You'll see that your standards are higher, your circle is different, your mindset is shifted. That's how you know it's working. Not because of some big, shiny milestone, but because you've become the kind of person who refuses to settle. And that shift, that identity change, that's the real reward. Your dream is not just about what you're building, it's about who you're becoming. And who you're becoming is shaped by what you choose to do in the hard moments, the days you don't want to show up, the times you fail and still choose to try again, the nights you doubt yourself and still commit to the next step. Those moments define you. Those moments build the life you say you want. And those moments are not glamorous. They're quiet, they're gritty, but they matter more than anything else. So stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to validate your dream. Nobody's going to hand you a permission slip. You have to write your own. You have to wake up every day and say, I'm not there yet, but I'm on the way. That's all it takes. You don't need a massive breakthrough. You need a daily decision. One day at a time, one step at a time. That's how you build something you're proud of. That's how you go from dreaming to living it. And in the end, that's the truth nobody tells you. Your dream doesn't change the world. You do. And the dream is just the proof that you are brave enough to try.